Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about concrete operational stage of development. That's when the brain believes everything you tell it. For instance, if you tell a child, like I was told, that if I swallowed watermelon seeds, then I would grow a watermelon inside my stomach, or I would have a watermelon tree. Don't do that to children. They believe what you say. Don't lie to them.
I always thought that when I was like a 3-year-old, or not a 3-year-old, like a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, I was thinking, if I accidentally eat a seed, I'll grow a plant in my stomach. Pros, I will have photosynthesis. Cons, I will have a plant in my stomach.
Now, some people say, this is not true. You could swallow gum and it will just go out your body. Remember that video we saw?
Yeah.
Alright, I don't believe it. Because there was a girl in Costa Rica, my coworker told me about her. She said that she used to grab her hair and put it across her lips. All day, every day during the school year. 2 years later, they had to do a surgery on her stomach and they pulled out a hairball. Alright? So how come it didn't get eliminated like the rest of the food?
Well, hair gets caught into things and it gets knotted. Gum is sticky, but there's a bunch of acid in your stomach,
so... Well,
wait, if there was hair and it was knotted, at the touch of acid, it should like burn and fire and stuff.
at the same time, there's a man that can eat an airplane. He took 2 years to eat. Maybe you put it in the blender, and you could make the metal. You could make it into powder, and then you could eat it.
Ew.
Now, he's the only one in the world that can do it. Alright? There are some strange people.
I've seen a person. You know those, like, actually, I don't think you know. You know a frisbee?
Yes?
Well, there was a ring that was that size, and what the guy did, he was like Indian maybe? He put it in his mouth, and it fit inside his mouth.
A frisbee size? He has a very flexible skin.
Yeah.
Yes. There were people that did those things. They're called native peoples. Native people now. They used to be called Indians, even though they were in
India.
In South America or United States, Cherokee, Navajo, whoever. The pierced nose Indians were in the United States. They used to stick something through their nose, a cross. They looked like a mustache, right? Something like that. That tells you what tribe they were from. Alright, so I was telling you about my first wife, Firestar, said no books into the house, her apartment. So I said, okay. A few days later, she's showing me one of her albums for the baby, her daughter, Carla. And I looked at her album and then she said, you didn't bring any albums, Daniel. And I was in the concrete operational stage. I obeyed everything that I was told. Alright?
Okay.
So I told her, you told me not to bring any books. I threw them away. I looked at them for the last time and then I threw away my albums. And she said, I didn't tell you to throw away your albums. You see? I was crying when I did it. My happiness came when one young mother, she had children. I didn't know. I was at the garbage can and I was throwing away the albums. And then I had the beautiful books that I was going to read to my children, even though I didn't have children yet. I was 24 years old. I had Snow White, Seven Dwarfs, things like that. I had a collection of maybe 10 books. And I told this young woman that was throwing away the garbage, I said, may I give you these books? I really don't want to throw them away. And she was so happy. She said, I'll read them with my children. And I was like, a sad moment became happy, you see. And I gave her this beautiful book that I had bought from a salesman at the gas station. He said, please buy the book. I said, oh, I love books. I want to be a teacher, but here I am at the gas station.
What happened to your albums?
I threw them away. So that's why the one album that I just got from my mother, I read it with you and I made a video about it.
What were your albums about?
One of them that I remember was when I went to Europe. I was sent over there by your grandma. And when I came back, Grandma was sick. And Grandpa, my grandpa, her father, he said to me, what are you going to show me that I don't already know? What are you going to show me that I haven't already seen?
He's been to Europe then?
No, I thought that meant that he had been to Europe, but that didn't mean that he had gone to Europe. What that meant was, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to know anything about you.
Who was it?
My grandpa, Rosa's dad.
Oh, so you're
He was like a brick, like
Paminal. Oh no, what?
maternal grandpa.
Oh, your maternal grandpa.
Yes.
I thought you said he was more like a father to you than your actual father.
He was more like a father to me, but on this one occasion, he got angry.
Why was he so mad?
Who knows? Maybe he was jealous that I had been to Europe and he hadn't. I doubt that, though. What happens is some people are narcissists. They only care about themselves. He was a very difficult man to get close to. Like his TV, I never touched his TV. Except the day that he said, please help me set the channel, and then he wouldn't give me the remote. He gave me the instruction book, the one in English and Spanish, and I couldn't make... What do I know about TVs? Even to this day, I still don't know about TVs. So my point about Grandpa is, he was a lonely man. His mother died on Christmas Day or something like that, and he wasn't able to go see her. So every Christmas he was sad. But I didn't find out until he was maybe 1 year or two before he died. He finally told me why he was sad on Christmas. So if you have children, spend time with them, listen to them. But I shared a story with another guy, and he told me that he went to Europe. And I told him, what did you do with your albums? Then he said, what do you mean? I said, did you ever show them to anyone? And he said, no, nobody wanted to see them. My own family didn't want to see the albums. He was a rich man. And then I saw his album. He hadn't thrown it away yet. So I saw his album, and I said, some of these pictures are pretty boring. I mean, there he is by the Eiffel Tower, things like that. But I listened to him. That's the best we can do for each other sometimes. You see, I had no one to listen to me when I was little. So I talk a lot now. And I suspect, the brothers in the Kingdom Hall? I suspect one of them had the same type of upbringing as I had. Brother Philip. You know why?
Why?
He talks a lot too. Probably no one talked to him when he was little. But it also means you're more intelligent. You have a lot to say. Like, if anyone's listening, listen to the people that God puts in front of you. Listen to them. God bless you.